This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
Charmin Ultra Soft has so much cushiony softness, it's hard for your family to remember they can use less.
Sweet pillows of softness.
This is soft.
Holy Charmin. Oh, excuse me. Roll it back, everybody.
Sorry. Charmin Ultra Soft is so cushiony soft, you'll want more, but it's so absorbent, you can use less, so it's always worth it.
Now, what did we learn about using less?
You gotta roll it back, everybody.
We all go. Why not enjoy the go with Charmin?
Q Time is our classic Atlanta soul food restaurant located in the historic West End. Q Time Soul Food is a family business started by Fred and Christine Crenshaw. Come on in, relax, and sink your chops into our tantalizing, mouth-watering, distinctive soul food with a twist, the Q Time way. 1120 Ralph David Abernathy Boulevard, or call your order in at 404-758-2881. Do you miss your mama's cooking? Then come on down to Q Time, an Urban Passport member.
For 200 years, Montgomery, Alabama has been making history by people who had the courage to stand up for change. Today, this riverfront city has been reborn, embracing the past and looking forward to the future. From the National Memorial for Peace and Justice to the stage of the Alabama Shakespeare Festival, this is where history was and is made. We are proud to call Montgomery home, and together, we can be the change.
Maureen is saving big holiday shopping at Amazon, so now she's free to become Maureen the Merrier. Food is her love language, and she really loves her grandson. Like, really loves.
Nope. Nope.
Come on, him?
Ooh, I like him.
Quick, the quicker picker-upper. Bounty picks up messes quicker, and each sheet is 2 times more absorbent, so you can use less.
He's an 8.
He's a 9.
Bounty, the quicker picker-upper.
Oh, that spin class was brutal. Well, you can try using the Buick's massaging seat.
Ooh, yeah, that's nice. Can I use Apple CarPlay to put some music on?
Sure, it's wireless.
Pick something we all like. Okay, hold on. What's your Buick's Wi-Fi password?
Buick Envision 2021.
Oh, you should pick something stronger. That's really predictable.
That's a really tight spot.
Don't worry, I used to hate parallel parking.
Me too.
Hey.
Really outdid yourself.
Yes, we did.
The all-new Buick Envision, an SUV built around you, all of you.
The Cuvée Group is a Florida-based marketing and training consulting firm. We help businesses communicate to their target audience and engage them in conversation. We also help to expand their audiences, which will ultimately result in growth for those organizations. In addition to being a certified constant contact specialist, my colleagues and I are also certified in John Maxwell Leadership Principles. We use these proven principles to conduct workshops, training, and private coaching sessions for individuals and companies looking to take things to the next level. Contact us to schedule a free consultation. Issues today, don't delay, call Cuvée.
Since 2002, Empowerment Resources, Inc., a nonprofit organization, has empowered more than 1,500 youth and adults in Duval and surrounding counties. Through its programs, Journey into Womanhood, Girls Mentoring, Life Skills for Teens, and parenting education coaching. To get involved with programs, volunteer, or donate, visit www.empowermentresourcesinc.org. Follow us on social media, facebook.com/empowerment.resources and instagram.com/empowermentjax.
Supermarket sushi, really?
No. Wait, Troy, you work here?
I'm never not working. Like Head & Shoulders Scalp Shield technology, up to 100% dandruff protection, even between washes.
Never not working, huh?
Oh, Troy, you're such a good teacher.
Yeah, I know. Never not working. Never not working. Never ever not working.
Are you serious?
Never not working. Standard protection that's never not working. Head and Shoulders Scalp Shield technology.
It's never too early to plant the seed, to share the tradition, and instill a sense of pride in your HBCU with your little ones. HBCU Pride and Joy Children's Boutique helps you share your school spirit with a wide selection of adorable kids' apparel and accessories officially licensed from your favorite HBCU. Visit hbcupridejoy.com and follow us on all social media at HBCU Pride Joy on Facebook and Twitter.
This is the Dean of the College of HBCU Sports, Kenyatta Cavill of Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Come mix it up in the lab where the course lecture is in session every Tuesday from 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook Live, YouTube Spreaker, or the BCSN app, as we discuss all things about the HBCU sports culture, including exploring the week that was in the sporting HBCU diaspora, as well as the upcoming week of HBCU sports. With me, the Dean, the College of HBCU Sports, on Dr. Cavill's Inside the HBCU Sports Lab with Mike Washington and Charles Bishop. Course lecture dismissed.
All right.
Wow.
I
That
love
was
it.
impressive. Wow.
Very
Welcome.
nice.
Good day, good people. Once again, you got the grumpy old nerds in your ear. It is I, Uncle John, your host of this and ringmaster for this particular circus. And as always, my internet sucks. So, without further ado, I'd like to introduce to you your elders who watch a little bit too much TV and movies and read too many comic books. We have always making us look a whole lot better. We have Auntie Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, everybody.
And coming to us from the planet of Florida by way of the galaxy of Brooklyn, we have Uncle Rod. What's good, sir?
What's up, man? I love 80s rock power chords in my opening sequence.
Yes, it is fantastic. And coming
Mhm.
to us from the basement and the booty chair, we have Uncle Percy. Hi, Uncle Percy.
I am not in the booty chair today. Let's get this shit started.
Okay, but I still see the booty chair. The booty chair is still a part of the show.
Booty
I like
chair
the
is
booty
there, but
chair
I'm
more
not
than you
sitting it because
sometimes.
I have to get up. I got to get up close for this shit. Let's go.
Get up close. Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. So we're missing today the Red Bone Assassin, Uncle DJ, but hopefully he joins us sometime soon. And as always, on the ones and twos, we have Uncle Roy, who is busy doing Uncle Roy things. So I'm not going to ask him to speak and say hello. And as our very special guest today, we have with us a singer-songwriter, a multimedia sensation, soon to be, and actually no, I'm not going to go there. So, welcome, please, Miss Valencia Bey, to the show. Hey, Valencia, what's up?
Yay!
What up?
Hey.
So, as always, I would be remiss if I did not talk about something that concerned me that I saw Sunday night. I believe that Questlove is built like a grown ass black auntie, and he should be stopped right now, immediately.
What's going on?
He's got the hips of a childbearing woman. I'm sorry. Questlove obsessed
Oh
me
my
sometimes.
God.
No, let's talk about what
I was like,
everybody's
what?
talking about: Will Smith, Will Smith, and Chris Rock. So, yeah, that was some ignorant shit. Uh, so for those of you who clearly have no connection to the outside world, during the Oscars ceremony last night, which was produced by a black man, Will Packer,
Will Packer,
which was hosted by three
FAMU
women
alum.
for the very first time, Regina Hall, Wanda Sykes, and Amy Schumer. Um, we got to witness. There's Uncle DJ. Hi, Uncle DJ. I did your intro already. Um, we got to witness the slap heard round the world, where the Fresh Prince got tired of people talking about his queen and decided to take it out on poor little old Chris Rock. Um, I would like to open the floor for discussion on this because yeah, that was some ignorant shit. But somebody please say something because I have too much to say, to be
I,
honest
I,
with
I would let I would let the ladies go first.
Well,
you.
let our
Okay,
guest go first. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. Our guest.
go.
Well, the guest doesn't think that the guest is kind of bothered by the fact that Jada's feelings seem to be hurt, and that's kind of getting lost in uh the whole fight between, well, the slapping. So Chris Will slaps Chris, and her feelings were hurt. It seemed like, and people were like, well, he laughed at first, and then he saw, well, what man hasn't actually, well, I shouldn't say what man, but I've been with men who didn't realize that my feelings were hurt, and then when they saw my face or they saw how I reacted or I said something, they were like, oh shit. So that's how I saw it. And
Mhm.
then he decided that he would go off the deep end. Now, I'm not saying that he should have slapped him, but he went off the deep end like, oh, her feelings are hurt. Let me do something about it. And that's how I saw it. Did he ruin the night? Yeah, he ruined the night for himself.
Yeah, he
He
did.
ruined the night for himself and for others. But I do kind of understand why he did it. He's been nice for years. He's been taking shit for years. I mean, people have been making fun of him, making fun of his wife, making fun of a whole lot of things, and he just snapped. That's how I saw it.
Well, let's see. Now, I completely understand that. There's those moments when you have to step back and recognize somebody's feelings, but Jada done put their business and hurt his feelings out in the open for the longest time now. This man has been in so many different things. There's so much that we shouldn't be knowing about their whole interaction between each other. But my biggest concern is the fact that a lot of people were sitting there saying they were accusing Chris Rock for making fun of her alopecia, for instance. I actually heard this from different people. I didn't even watch it on TV. I happened to hear about it the next day at work. And I said, one of my first questions was, well, did he know? Because I didn't know she had alopecia. Jada has been bald before. She wears wigs, she wears weaves, she's done all these different things. So I don't think, as a person, from just what I know from Chris Rock, for instance, in no way would he have sat there and made fun of somebody who had a certain condition. I mean, they had a table full of deaf people there. I mean, if he was that kind of person, he would have made fun of them. But yet, when you notice that when you're dealing with comedians, there's jokes all the time about everyone around there. And honestly, I hear that him and supposedly Will got a little bit of beef from, stemming from a couple of years or whatever the situation, interactions and things he said. My thing is this. Okay, so if that's the case, why would you show up to a show that has Chris Rock there, have him presenting, and you guys are sitting in the front row and things like that? You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like everybody knows when you go to a comedy club and you sitting up front, yeah, you're probably going to be fair game and so on because that's where they get their material from a lot of times. Now, the thing is that I don't think Chris Rock said anything wrong because he wasn't making fun of her or her condition. He said something about I'll see you looking forward to G.I. Jane. And she rolled her eyes. You know how many times people have rolled their eyes, got irritated, whatever, from comedians and so on. Honestly, Will Smith, I think him doing that was like way over. I think what he felt was something like proving something to her. That night was taken away from so much. I mean, there was stuff, people who got presented awards. Nobody's ever going to remember this night other than the night Will Smith smacked Chris Rock. And that is so unfair to everyone there. It is something. And the other thing, just so you know, that I got a problem with, as women, when we have relationships with our men and such, you know, we both sit there, both men and women, we take care of each other. And the one thing that we're not going to do is my man is not going to sit there and make me or allow me to do something that's not correct or something like that. And I'm going to check him as well. Why didn't Jada stop him from going up there? He didn't need to go and do all of that. As a woman, I think Jada could have sat there and be like, babe, we gonna handle this later. Don't, you know what I'm saying? It didn't have to be in front of TV
Who's gonna tell a
or
grown black man
anything.
what to do?
No. She could. All she had to do was present it to him. If he did it on his own, I get it. You know what I'm saying and stuff. I mean, I can't say she could have stopped him, but as you're so silly, Uncle Percy. But no. But I mean, seriously though, I'm not saying she could have stopped him if he was going to go up there and just do it. You know what I'm saying and stuff. They grown. But at me, if it was my guy, I would have been like, "Boo, don't worry, we got this." And they could have kicked his ass after the show or when they went into the back, you know, and everything. And you know, hey, if that's how it went, I'm looking at Uncle John's face. And so, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think. I think as a person and with everything they do, they're in the entertainment industry. People make fun of them, all of them, Chris Rock, everybody, all the time. I think Will acted on something that he didn't even realize Chris didn't even know. And it even came out that Chris Rock had no idea that she had alopecia. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's where everything gets lost in. Honestly, Will was so entirely wrong for doing what he doing, and he took the light from everything that was going on that night. There were so many firsts that night. I mean, really, as a professional, you have to think. I give the utmost respect to Chris Rock because that man handled himself absolutely more mature than anything else I could have possibly. Because a lot of other people, the reflex would have been to hit him back. I'm here to tell you.
Okay.
That's But go ahead.
Fellas, y'all wanna chime in, fellas?
I like to go
I think
last, so
okay. I'll take
Oh
it. I'll take it
shit.
right now.
Oh Lord.
You know,
Lord.
I look I look at it this way. When I first saw it and I heard about it, I was like, this can't be real. And then when I actually saw the
Yeah.
footage of everything, I was dumbfounded. I was like, these are 50-year-old grown men doing this. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, are you for real? Like, are we still trying to like shoot fair ones at 50 years old? Come on, man. So, I totally understand Will wanting to defend his wife. I get it.
Mhm.
I totally get it. Understand 100%. But I feel like as a man, you have to respond rather than react. There's a difference.
Mhm.
You have to
Mhm.
respond rather than react. And reacting is what Will did. Responding would have been if he was going to walk up to the stage at that point, walk up to the stage and say, "Hey, bro, I know it's your job to do jokes and everything, but let me explain something about my wife. She's going through something right now. This is what she's dealing with. And so I just want you to understand that. And, I appreciate you not doing that, and we can have a good time the rest of the show. I try to draw attention to the fact that, women are dealing with this. More women than people realize deal with alopecia where they're losing their hair and eyebrows and all this other kind of stuff. You know, do that. Or if you don't want to go up on the stage at that point, then you talk to him during the break backstage and say, "Hey, I
That's what I
wasn't
say.
really cool with that." You know what I
Mhm.
mean? I really feel like Chris Rock is the type of dude that if he had approached him that way, he might have even come out on the next break and was like, "Will, talk to me. He told me what was going on. I apologize." And everybody would have been cool. Will would have been cool. The audience probably would have gave a standing ovation. You know what I mean? If Chris Rock
Mhm.
decided to do that. Although I know comedians don't normally walk back stuff that they do, the jokes that they do, because that's their job, that's their thing. But I think in this particular instance, there was a good chance he would have done that. What he did set, and I know a lot of people want to say, "Oh, why they represent black people?" But they set black people back, man, in some kind of way, or at least if not set people back, I think they confirm the stupid stuff that some people think about us, about how we can't handle ourselves and we're immature and all this other kind of foolishness,
Yeah.
which is totally untrue. Um, Will Packer did an excellent job producing the show. Like you said, we had a lot of firsts. People don't even realize, or people aren't even talking about the fact that he won Best Actor
Mm-hmm.
after that. And I think he should have won it for The Pursuit of Happiness, but that's another story, right? So you have everything being overshadowed by that incident for the rest of his life. That's all he's going to be known for, slapping Chris Rock. And Chris Rock is all he's going to be known for is getting slapped by Will Smith. That's the main thing that everybody's going to be talking about. And then people look at it from different lenses. You got people looking at it from the lens of, oh, he protected black women don't get protected enough, so that's what happens. I'm glad for her. You get the lens of Chris Rock is an ass, so he needed to get slapped. He's a misogynist, so he should have got slapped. Then you got people saying that's why we can't have nice things. And then you got other people saying, yeah, right. And then you have other people saying, oh, Will Smith is just, he's just being a simp for his wife. His wife is running his life, and then some people talking about he's got mental issues. I mean, it's like a whole lot of different lenses being this thing is being looked at through, and I think people are just kind of bringing their own little thing to the incident,
Mm-hmm.
and when they're trying to interpret it, because nobody really knows what's going on with those people.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Nobody knows what's going on with them. So it's all speculation until they come out on the red table, I guess, and just say something. You know what I mean? So that's
Which
just
they're
how I felt
planning to
about it.
do.
I'm
They,
sure.
they need to they need to stop. That's what they
So,
They
need.
already said the red table.
so, so, come on, Uncle DJ. I saw you shaking your head a minute ago. What you got to say, man?
Well, um, all right. I think you know it's pretty much been said, but the things I have an issue with is, like I said, I understand that my sister, she looks at it a certain kind of way. I got another couple of people that's on my post looking at it a certain kind of way. I just don't. I mean, I've seen the video. Everybody else has seen the video. There's nothing in that video whatsoever. No clips. No. There's no angle where I see Jada being hurt, sad, or nothing. Only thing I see Jada's being Jada, rolling her eyes because somebody said something about her. Regardless of alopecia or if she was perfectly fine, she would have rolled her eyes the same way, because I know for a fact she didn't appreciate what Chris said about her when she was trying to so-called boycott the Oscars in 2016 because her husband didn't get nominated for concussion or contusion or whatever the hell it was, with that accent, with that African accent that he was trying to do. And Chris Rock made a joke about like Jada's boycotting the Oscars. Who cares?
That was
Something like
pretty
that,
good,
yeah.
DJ.
Yeah,
Wow,
he was
that was
basically
all
like,
right.
He said they
Jada's
wasn't. He
boycotting the
said they
Oscars.
wasn't invited.
He's like, yeah, she's on. No, he said she's on
Something about her
TV.
not being invited.
He's like, if I was, if I something about Rihanna's panties. It's just like Rihanna's panties. I wasn't invited. Basically, it
Oh
was
my gosh,
something.
that was
I know.
crazy.
Okay,
Yeah.
Chris Rock gonna slap me because I messed up his joke. But anyway, basically, he said some shit. It was funny as hell. Jada looked a little, stupid because she's boycotting the Oscars, and it's like, ain't you on TV? Like, who the care? Who the hell cares you boycotting the Oscars? Like, Jada has gotten to a point where she thinks she has a certain amount of clout that she doesn't have. Will is like, the star. He's the,
I agree.
I mean, I know they're a couple, but
Mhm.
what gets me is this whole thing, is being blown out of proportion because, as black women being, you know, feeling a certain kind of way, and we just had to watch what the Senate, Republicans did, to our sister in the hearings and stuff. And there's a whole lot of
And you being a
examples.
black woman.
No, I'm saying as black women, having to deal with that stuff. Not me being a black woman, but I'm saying black women having to deal with
sir.
that stuff. I think it was a culmination, and just like his little quip, his little joke about G.I. Jane 2, which is actually a compliment, and I'm not the only one saying it. There's many people out there is like, there's a compliment. G.I. Jane was a hell of a movie with a strong female lead character. Like I'd go see that movie with Jada in it. G.I. Jane 2, hell yeah, she'd be badass. She's an actress. It's a movie. It's a joke about an actress in a movie with a bald head. So it wasn't like it was a leap. It wasn't like it was, something that was
Definitely
way
not.
off the cuff. Yeah, it wasn't
And
something
he
way off
did
the
not
cuff.
know about her alopecia.
I don't know if he knew or
Well,
knew or he didn't know, but I made a comment earlier that we in the black community, we play the dozens. We have said slavery times. I mean, we have dealt with pain and suffering through laughter, through jokes.
Yeah.
And so, Chris Rock is intelligent. As we can see, he is professional as fuck. So, if it was Chris Rock's way of sending her some love, which he did say, Jada, I love you. Can't wait to see you in G.I. Jane 2. To try to make her laugh, to make a little light of the situation, not of her, but to say, hey, here's a strong character that you can play. I mean, it'd be different if he's like, you could be the next Tupac, whatever, some shit. I mean, he didn't say something that was,
Stupid, right? Real
detrimental. He
stupid.
said
Yeah.
something that was strong. It was a strong character. And it was that long. I mean, it was over like that. And he even said, that was nice. Come on. I was just, that was nice. Will laughed and that was it. There's no clips of Jada, all of a sudden crying or putting her head down in shame or nothing. The only thing, she's looking over bitter as fuck, and
Chris need to get
whatever,
he need to get to the
whatever is
gym and
going on,
learn a Philly
yeah,
shoulder
but
roll.
whatever's going on between the two of them, there's obviously something wrong with Will. Obviously, something wrong with Will and their relationship. I'm talking about mental health wise. You don't snap like that. You don't just,
Go from 0 to
you don't
60.
create a career like that for decades. Take the advice of Denzel. Hey, I wouldn't kiss that man in that movie, 6 Degrees of Separation. You don't cultivate this persona and then blow it all in one night over a quip, unless there's something else in your heart and your head going on that's all messed up.
So you're saying that was just like a last straw situation?
It was a last straw situation, and unfortunately, it was Chris Rock.
Yeah, I actually
and
thought
it
that
was
too.
in front of billions of people.
We okay. So to honor Uncle Percy's request that he be last, I'm gonna give you my 2 cents real quick, and then Percy, we're gonna go to you. So yeah, to put it succinctly, it was some dumb shit. I think that as black people, it goes to show you how we still have so far to go in terms of how we present ourselves for the masses. Will Smith has done nothing but protect his image, like DJ said, for his entire career, and he will be known for this one snap judgment. I don't think I weep for the day when we take ourselves so seriously that we can't take a joke, because Chris Rock wasn't malicious with it. Chris Rock, as DJ pointed out, said, Jada, I love you, and then made the joke and wasn't really malicious about it. I agree that Will may be going through some stuff. Will has been the butt of everybody's joke for the past, 2 years or so, because of whatever else is going on in his home life. And, we, the black people en masse, kind of look at him and Jada's family and home life a certain type of way, and they're always being made jokes of. They're the butt of everybody's jokes, even though we may respect them and what they've done. So I think that Will didn't slap Chris. I think Will was slapping everybody. You know what I'm saying? I think Will was just like, you know what, fuck this. Um, I think that my question is that have we as black men failed our black women so much that they need us to jump up and commit a felony in order for them to feel loved? And what does don't you do it. I'll let you have your floor. Let me get mine out. Well, I've seen so many women who said, "Oh, he was protecting her, and he was, oh, thank you, Will, for doing this." And Will is, Will was doing. Okay. So if if someone says something to my wife, and I'm about to go whoop their ass, I am fully aware that Connie will at some point be like, John, not now, not like that. Just to protect me while I'm protecting her.
That was
And
my point.
I just, yeah, just like Nicole said. And I think that there's a certain point where I don't know Jada. I only know the part she plays and the public persona that she makes. But man, it sure seems like sometimes she just be like, sitting back, like, yeah, nigga, go get him. Sometimes it's just she just seems like she's
Oh, your internet about to go out. See, there you go. You done started some shit.
what she does behind the scenes is just be manipulative. And my wife,
Shut them down. They shut them down. They shut them
person.
Oh, goodness.
John?
Come back to
John?
the light, Uncle John.
John? Oh,
They
John.
was waiting on
Come
him. They jamming
away.
his transmission now.
We got it. We got it.
They be like, "Oh, wait a minute. Okay, yeah, we
Yep.
can't let the
Here
world
you
hear
go.
this."
Yep. Here you go. He's on that shit. Throttle him down. Hey, you're back.
Man, even when I talk about the black man, the white man still cut me off. Boy,
Oh
I'm
my
out
gosh.
here seeing proof
You said that was
and
gonna happen.
I'm getting fired. I'm out there
It
getting
happens all the
fired, and my man said,
time.
nope.
Oh my gosh.
But why is Jada
Oh
evil? Why does
man.
she have to be so evil? I think that's another problem I have. The fact that so many people just can't stand her. And what did she do that was so bad that people just can't stand her?
I'll get to that in a minute.
Okay.
I
Oh
think we need to
shit.
let Percy
Oh
roll.
shit. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
ride.
Yeah,
Percy been
Uncle Percy
waiting.
about the bus right now. I don't know what he got to say, but he about the bus.
So, okay.
Let's
So
ride.
first of all, I'm going to say this
Oh shit.
to Chris Rock, to, to Will Smith, to Jada Pinkett Smith. I'm praying for all three of them. I'm praying for all three of them. Now, with that said, Roy, you better put the disclaimer up right now. Put it up. Put the disclaimer. Roy,
Oh shit.
Mr. Roy,
he,
put it
he,
up
he
right
busy
now.
somewhere else. The
Yeah,
Put it
he
thoughts and
up.
the
doing that
ideas
stuff.
All
Go
of,
right.
ahead.
of the individuals
Yeah,
in this
put it up.
show are those is not shared by this this
I don't
station.
want
There you
to.
go. There you go. There you go.
If that
All
disclaimer
right.
don't roll.
That disclaimer should roll.
There you go.
All right. This is my thought about the whole thing. First of all, Chris Rock was not wrong doing that joke. He said, Jada, I love you, but I can't wait to see what's the goddamn movie?
G.I.
G.I.
Jane.
Jane
G.I.
2.
Yeah,
Jane
G.I.
2,
Jane,
man.
G.I. Jane 2. And since I look like her, she went just like this. She rolled her eyes. So since I look like her, I'm doing her.
He
She
is a
rolled her
mess.
eyes and she looked at Will, and Will was laughing. Now, I don't know, was the Nigerian candidate? I don't know what happened. She said something to a set of
He
words,
said
and the next
Manchurian
thing
This
you
bitch
know,
candidate.
said the
and the next
Manchurian
thing he
candidate.
Manchurian candidate.
and the next thing he did was he stood up, he walked towards the stage, went up to Chris Rock, and Chris Rock looked at him like he thought maybe he was gonna say something or do something, but instead he did that little Muhammad Ali punch. Boom! Chris took the punch. He took a
She said
step
his
back.
trigger word, And that bitch turned
Right.
into the Winter Soldier.
Exactly. He turns around. He turns around. He smiles at his wife like, "Did I do good?" And then went back and sat down, and then said, "Stop fucking with my mic. Don't get the motherfucking words out your mouth." Now by that time, I was like, "Is this a joke or this for real?" Once he sat
Honestly, I
down
thought it
again,
was
said,
too.
it was
At
after
first,
the
yeah.
second time he said it, everybody knew it was for real. Now, from that point, motherfucker should have been gone. I don't
Yeah.
care who the fuck you are. You cannot
Yes,
go
I do believe.
on national stage and hit.
Absolutely.
I don't care. I don't care. It was Donald Trump up there saying that shit. You can't go up there and hit him. You just can't. That's the biggest thing about that. And I should know about that. We ain't gonna go about that, but I know about that. You don't do shit like that. You just don't. You don't hit nobody. You just don't hit nobody. Period. Okay. What I'm pissed off at is that they did not ask him to leave. He
They
should have
actually
been
did
gone.
ask him to leave. He refused to leave.
Yeah.
That's the problem. Some big burly motherfucker, I don't care if they call it The Rock or whoever, said, "Will, get your monkey ass up and get the fuck out of here."
Hey,
Right.
real quick, man.
Wait.
And if your wife,
Chrissy.
I
if
may
your
be
wife,
the Rock, but I'm not Chris Rock, motherfucker. Get your ass up.
you're right. Get your ass up. You got to go. Or say, "Denzel, get your boy and tell him he got to go."
Help him out.
Since he's
Help him out.
listening to Denzel, help him out because he's about to get tossed out by the next break.
So
And if
wait,
I'm the president,
so real quick,
hold on,
real quick.
I'm
So
speaking now. Hold
no,
on, I'm speaking
no.
now. I'm
Hold
speaking.
on. Let him go.
Hold on,
Let
For
him flow.
clarification.
hold
No,
on.
for
Let me finish.
clarification, because my internet busted out again. So did they ask him to leave and he
Oh
refused,
my gosh.
or did
Yes.
they ask him to leave?
Yes.
They
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 asked him
did.
to leave and
They
he
Oh,
asked
refused.
okay.
They
him.
came
I
back.
didn't know that.
Yeah.
and
They asked him to leave, and he said no.
if
He
I'm
didn't
the
leave.
president, most likely what was going on, the board, they said the board was all over. And the president was backstage probably drinking champagne and eating all the free food back there when he got slapped, and probably she went, "What the fuck just happened?" Her ass came out. Her ass came out on that stage and simply said this: "We do not tolerate this, Mr. Smith. We're asking you to leave." He wouldn't
Right.
leave. You call some motherfucker. You call the LA police. You got to go. And I don't care if it's live on TV. Him walking out the goddamn building, it just makes him look bad because he already fucked up the night. He can't make it worse than what it is.
Right. If you win,
That's
I
the
we'll
don't know
that's
ship it
about
to
the
you.
that,
Don't worry about it.
but it
now.
would be something else though.
Now the other thing I'm upset about because everybody's like, "Well, what about Chris?" Well, the thing about Chris was nobody could get to him because nobody was allowed to go back there after all of that shit went down. Nobody was allowed. That's why you only see the video of Denzel and
Given right.
Tyler Perry sitting there talking to him like, "Nigga, what the fuck
Medea.
is wrong?" Yeah, what the fuck is
Medea said,
wrong?
"Hello."
Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I think a lot of people don't understand. You're fucking with money, and I think Denzel, even though Denzel told him that whole devil shit, the devil at the highest point, the devil's there. I know he's sitting right here next to me right now, telling me shit in my ear, and Tyra's sitting there saying the same thing. I know that Denzel and Tyra was saying, "Nigga, you're fucking it up for all of us. You messing with our money. The Illuminati is real. You're fucking with my money. We have plans for you. I'm serious. We have plans for you. You supposed to win tonight, and this shit and this other door's supposed to open up. You don't y'all laughing, but you don't think that Will Smith, Tyler Perry don't have an investment in Will Smith, and Will Smith don't have an investment in Tyler Perry, and Denzel Washington don't have an investment in both of them. Because if Will Smith decide now he wants to produce a movie, who do you think he probably go to? He'll probably go to Tyler Perry. Who do you think he wants to start to be in the movie, or vice versa? It might be Denzel Washington. It might be Will Smith. It's all at the end of the day. It's all about money. It's all about money. And now this nigga has put them two, 3 steps back after all the shit we've been saying for the past 2 years about the Academy Awards. There's no black people, this, that, and other. Jada Pinkett, what they did in 2016. We finally got to a point where basically every goddamn award that night had a person of color in it. And basically
D-Nice
almost
was spinning.
everything. You had a black producer. You had a black team with him. It was all black.
Black
Everything
band
that was all
director.
black. Right. Everything was black. And this
Every
nigga
staff
comes
member
in,
was HBCU.
Exactly. This man has threw us back 3 steps. We was there. We was right there.
The head of the academy is black, though. So I mean,
I said, it's a step back because now they're like because just like everybody's saying, we gave you a chance. We invited you into our space. We invite you back into space. We give you everything that you want, and then this nigga comes along and throws everything off.
But the head of the academy is black, and he's been head for quite some time now, and he's made strides. So I don't know that we're set back.
It's a step back.
Well,
it's no
Really,
matter how
step
you
back.
look at it,
Okay.
It's a step back. It's a
You
step
have
back.
to. Okay, let's look at it this way. You have to admit that it's a black eye. If you don't want to call it a step back, then you at
Pun
least have to
intended.
call it a black eye. There you go. That's why I'm the red bone assassin. The thing is,
and I'm his sidekick.
No, stupid people follow stupid shit. No,
Well,
stupid people follow
hold on,
stupid
DJ.
shit. And so
Let's get
go
Valencia.
ahead.
I want to hear. We've all had a chance to condemn this.
That's true.
to
Go ahead,
these people.
Valencia.
I want to hear Valencia.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You still
Percy. We should let Percy finish.
Go ahead. I'll finish up. Don't worry. I'll finish up. We'll be here at 10 o'clock tonight, though. I'll finish up. I know.
You better hurry up and get that disclaimer, man.
I don't disagree with you when you say it's sustained. Yes, but a step back. I don't know. And then the whole part about how we look in front of how we look in front of white people. Do we still care about that? White people don't really care about us that way. So I mean, why are we caring?
No.
We have
no. It's not how we look. No, it's not how we look in front of white people. It's how we look in front of us. We're always complaining about how media and white people
every music
present
video
us.
got somebody shaking her ass, and we got and the most popular songs have the worst lyrics, and they project the worst image. I mean, you can't go on Instagram or turn on any popular media in anything really without seeing somebody's titties in their ass or somebody's, So we're already, there are already things that make us look bad. So I guess
But see, that's a segment for. I look at that as that's like an area that, okay, we may not even be taken as of any major importance. But think about it like this: when we have black people in professional roles, for us just to show that we can do the same job as somebody else that's non-black, we have to be 3 times better than they do just to even get the job half the time. So when we sit there and we turn around and kind of do something that's already part of a stereotype, then I think what they mean by taking a step back is the fact that no sooner it's like, okay, well, maybe this black guy's a good guy. Oh yeah, oh shoot, he just you know what? That's what I thought all along. They just, they being them, and I think that's what ends up happening, and it literally will make some people, because we do realize we live in a world where things are not equal, and things are done visually, and when you do stuff like that, it's going to come to a point where they're going to be like next year. I can guarantee you, it's going to be a little more white than it is black than it was this year at the Oscars, and so on.
I really don't
Just
care
like when
about that.
I mean, I don't even watch it, but I mean, the same thing happened. Like for instance, when Janet Jackson and them did the whole thing on the
Nipple
Super Bowl.
popped out.
You know what I'm saying? But who paid the price? It was Janet that paid the price. Justin Timberlake got a contract after that. And that's what I'm.
Right.
That's I think that's
Right.
what happens is that we get the blame for what goes wrong or
Right.
the stereotype that's
Right.
associated based off of history or
Right. And
something.
they didn't have a
Well,
was
certainly,
after Janet, they didn't have another black act on the Super Bowl for a
They played
very
it
long
safe for a
time. And
little
if they
while.
did,
Yeah, they played it
they
safe.
played it safe
but
for a long
we have
time.
more people, but we have more black people who have more money and are in more positions and are in positions of influence. What we have way more black people now than back
Mm-hmm.
with Nipplegate
Yeah, you're
occurred.
right.
But I want to talk about Jada for a minute. So John said, "Have we done so?" Your question about black men and protecting black women. I mean, there are so many spaces where we're just not protected. So some of me, um, me, I had a brother to protect me, and then I have a son who my son went off like that one time a few years ago. So somebody said something to me, and I saw a side of him I'd never seen before. And he was like, "Don't talk about my fucking mama, man. Don't talk about my fucking mama." And I was like, "Son, don't come on, come back over here, come back over here, come back over here." But he
But
snapped.
see, you
My
See,
just
son,
did it. You just
but
did
you
that
got, but
very
you got
thing.
him. But you
but
got
You
him
I
did
though.
that
almost didn't.
very thing. Mm-hmm.
Jada
Before
didn't
I
say
knew
that
what was
other
going on, my
nasty
son had
word.
gotten his ass
Jada
snapped
didn't
and
say
he
that.
had moved, and I was
Jada
like,
didn't
"Wait
say
a
that
minute."
state
But
word.
that's
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I had no control over him at that time. And when
Mm-hmm.
sometimes when he's with his girl, there was an incident that he had with his girlfriend that where he snapped, and I don't. That's my son is pretty mild mannered. He's pretty quiet. He's mild mannered. He's like a real chill dude. But don't make him mad, he'll snap. And so, and I'm the same way. I'm pretty chill. I'm pretty nice. But when you make me mad, I snap. So I could relate to Will snapping. But I want to talk about his wife for a minute. So
Jada.
she has alopecia. She has this whole video thing, this whole journey for about a year where she wore scarves at first, and then she finally said, "I wear these scarves because I have alopecia," and she took the scarf off, and she was talking about how her hair fell out in clumps. And then a couple of videos, she was really kind of emotional about it, and I was like, "Oh wow, that's terrible." And different alopecia affects different people different ways. I've seen people all up and down, all up and down my timeline saying it's just alopecia. It doesn't matter. Well, hell, let your hair fall out. See what happens when your hair. Because if my hair
Right.
fell out, I'd be like, oh, it would be. I'm a woman, and it would be tough. It would be tough for me because I'm vain. And so if my hair starts falling out, I'm gonna be emotional about it. And if someone makes fun about it, it makes fun of it. It will be a sore spot. And then on top of that, Chris Rock he did good hair, and he said that he did good hair because he wanted he when he did good hair, he said, "I didn't realize that hair was such a big deal for Black women." Okay, so you go through this whole thing with your daughters, and you know about your wife and her hair, and a lot of women around you and their hair, and it's a sensitive thing, and you let somebody write a joke that you share about a Black woman's hair. To me, that was just wrong. And whether he was aware of what whether he was aware of what he did, okay, I can't say he was aware because he said he didn't know she had alopecia. But why would you make fun of a Black woman's hair? Why do people think that they can just come on and make fun of us and say anything they want to say to us and do anything they want to do to us? And then we're supposed to say, okay, that's funny. That's a joke. Ha ha ha.
But he joked
And see,
about everybody in that front row. Everybody
Right.
got clowned on.
Everybody in the front row.
and why do people
Can I
dislike us?
say?
What's wrong
Oh,
with having an open marriage? What's wrong with having an
Oh,
open marriage? You tell people. If
Oh
that's
that's
shit.
I ain't got nothing on that.
Hey, hold on.
if I could, yeah.
Hey, that's
if
a
that's
whole
what
nother
they want to
segment.
do,
That's a
Can I, can I,
that's a
can I,
whole nother segment.
can I finish what I was saying before we move on?
Please go ahead, Percy. Go ahead, Percy.
All right, moving on. All I'm saying is that all I'm saying is that how can it's what this one guy said. I was watching. He said instead of trying to what was let me pull it. What he said. He said you don't have to take up for your wife if you take care of your wife. And I think that's the whole thing that starts,
Mm.
and that just starts with Will Smith and Jada, because now this is me. I wish Roy put up the disclaimer so he won't get caught up in this shit, but this is
The
what I
thoughts and
think.
views of the guests on the Grumpy Old Nerds do not reflect those of the Jericho Broadcast Network. Go ahead, Percy.
There you go. All right. This is what
He
I
ain't
think.
with us.
Thank you.
There we are.
Thank you. Thank you. First, I don't think Jada and Will Smith is a marriage. It is a corporation. I think it's a business to them. Because I don't care what you say, I don't care what you do. If you put your dirty laundry out like that, then you know what? Everybody's gonna come after you. I don't care about your hair. I don't care if you sit up there and say my husband can't satisfy me. I don't care. You oh, okay. Let me finish this thought first before I go to the next one. I don't care. I don't. If you put your laundry out there, then guess what? You're open for anything that's going to come across. That's one. Number two.
Okay.
If you strip a man's masculinity, this is what the fuck you get.
Ooh.
This
That's pretty
woman.
harsh.
Okay, I need you to elaborate on that one.
This
That's pretty
woman.
harsh.
I know where he's coming
Oh, I
from with
got
that,
that.
though.
This
I do
woman.
understand where he's coming from.
I don't
This
agree with that.
woman stripped his masculinity. This
Percy out here
man is
preaching now.
crying. This man is crying over stuff, not what he's done, but what the fuck she's done. I didn't sleep with my daughter's girl, one of her friends, and then put it on TV like, oh, it ain't shit because we got an open marriage. What the fuck is an open? Why you get married? Why did you get married? It doesn't say in the vows.
Now you know a lot of people have
For
open
better,
marriages and they don't even know they have them.
for better.
Let me
I
show
don't
you my
care.
inbox.
For better, for
Oh
worse, and
You
Lord.
can't use that one.
I don't give, and we'll be together wherever the fuck I feel like it. Then why'd you get married? Why'd you get married?
Oh, come on, Percy.
Okay.
You have to.
Okay, real quick.
First
Let's
thing
remind people the
first.
name of this
Go
show.
ahead, Percy.
Hold on. All I'm saying is, take care of your shit at home first before you come out here and do all this. You don't see Jay-Z. You know, here's the thing, and I know, and
Jay-Z
people.
found us a lounge in the elevator. We just ain't seen him.
Well, but that's the point. That's my point. That is my point. That's my whole point. They keep their privacy. It's all about privacy. If my wife tomorrow goes on Facebook and says, my man, Percy cannot satisfy me, I'm going to say, why the fuck are you with me? And guess what? I'm out the fucking door. What the fuck am I going to be hanging around for? Come on. Come on. If she's sleeping with my son's best friend, oh, yes, I am going to jail.
They were separated, though. They were separated.
I don't give a fuck. No.
A lot of men use that
Actually,
excuse.
he said that Will Smith gave him permission to sleep with Jada.
We weren't together. We were separated, so
It
I
was an
could do
interview.
whatever I want.
I don't know.
That's
The
that's
August
what men
Alsina
use.
said Will Smith gave him permission.
So your first hookup is your son's boyfriend? Your son's friend? That's your first hookup? You couldn't find somebody your own
Rod,
fucking
you
age?
eat popcorn?
I'm like, come on.
I'm eating a
Come on.
Snickers, bro.
Okay.
This
I'm gonna be here for a while.
you when you strip a man's masculinity, this is something, and then all the shit builds up because you can't tell me because everybody's saying the same bullshit about this goes back to 2016. You gonna tell me from 2016 to 2022 these people have not been in parties and been in certain events and talking and stuff? You gonna tell me that's all been building up and all of a sudden he gonna get them and slap them? No, it's something going in that house. He got some crazy ass kids. He got a crazy ass wife. She is toxic to him, and he don't know where to vent his frustration. Because me, the first night I would have did last night, I would have went fucking home, got that goddamn red table, and set that shit on fire. That would have been me.
Okay, that's what I want to talk about. Because when you talk about that red table,
enough is fucking enough.
Percy, don't go to jail, though.
Okay, Percy, hold up. You're on the track. Because what I wanted to say was when Valencia, when you talk about, she been talking about her alopecia and she been so open with it. And where has she been open with it? Okay, how much motherfucking money has Kim Kardashian made? The Kardashian show and all that shit. Jada is about popularity. She's about fame. She's about, like he said, it's a business. The Red Table Talk is a show. She's not doing it for free, right? There's some money involved in the Red Table Talk. It's a show. It's a reality show. And the more shit she puts out there, the more people she gets going, oh, girl, oh, did you see Jada yesterday talking about this? Did you see Jada talking
Oh
about that?
wow, that's a good
That
point.
is her show. She is an entertainer. And she's got her own reality show. And
So
she's
she can't
putting
have
shit
her.
out there just like comedians.
She can't. Her feelings can't be hurt because she's an entertainer and she put herself out there. So is that what
No,
we're
I didn't
saying?
say her feelings can't be hurt. I'm saying that you're when you bring up the fact that we're supposed to know she had alopecia because it was on the show.
See, and I didn't
We
even know
know
that
about
actually.
this.
I didn't know that.
We know
Well, I didn't
about
say
and
we should
I
know.
don't.
I just said that
First
she
of all,
has been talking
I'm
about
not
it.
watching that stuff. But I'm saying it's a business. She is putting out entanglements. She's putting out alopecia. She's putting out anything and everything that gets people to tune in. To the next episode. It is a business. And she's putting
But
everything out
they've been
there.
doing that for
And
years, though. I mean, from their first appearing
Chris
on
Rock,
appearance on
Chris
Oprah
Rock
when they talked about
comedian
that.
is a business. And they talk about, women's dresses. They talk about men's outfits. If somebody's got a fucked up, goatee, they're going to say something. It's what comedians do. And we all know that. We all have comedian friends, big time comedian friends. And some of them are
You do?
ruthless. I make it a point to sit in the front. I just went to Damon Williams taping 2 or 3 weeks ago. And I sat right there in the front row. You'll see my bald head on these videos that he's showing on Facebook right now. I sit right in the front row, right in the corner, because if he's bombing, if a joke ain't working well, and he needs to talk about my bald head ass, I don't care. He can do it all day long, and I will laugh my ass off because I know how hard that job is. And I know
Well,
that you
apparently
use
she
what you
did care,
got.
though. So what do we do? What do we do with her feelings in the moment where she actually cares and her feelings are hurt?
You're
What do we do
saying,
about that?
okay, but see,
Because if you
here's
say
my
her,
question.
it's okay to make
Wait a
fun
minute,
of
hold
her and
on.
say that
Mike,
she put
I
her
have
business out there.
one question. I have one question that I hope you can answer. I've heard everybody, including yourself, project her feelings. At what time in these last few days, in what video, in what speak, has she said since Sunday that she was hurt or that she was sad or that the joke upset me? At what point has she said that? At what point
Well,
did you see her cry in the video? At what point did she put her head down? No, you're
Okay, let
assuming
her answer.
the whole time you're
Let her
assuming
answer,
that
DJ.
she's hurt, she's sad.
Let her
But
answer.
I'm just asking because the premise is that she's hurt, she's sad, she's this, that, and the other. At what point did Jada
Right.
say this?
Good. Come on, Valencia.
So when he looked at her face
Oh my God.
after
Okay.
after the joke was made, when he looked at her face, that's what he reacted to. That's how I saw it.
That's when he went Manchurian candidate because, like Uncle Percy said,
Well,
she pushed the button or she gave him a look and that motherfucker went nuts. And he's like, oh shit.
Yes,
so go ahead.
Ready to
that's what happened.
comply.
So I
Come
mean,
Okay.
on, Valencia.
all of this is
But
all of this
was
is
it
projection.
because wait a
All
minute.
of this is
Was it
projection, though.
because she was sad or hurt? Or was it simply because you're gonna let him talk about me like that?
You ain't getting no pussy tonight. You better do something about that shit.
Better do something.
That
was the look.
To me, that's
That's why I
problematic
cheated.
because
That's why I
you don't.
cheated.
The
Come
first
on, Valencia.
reaction is not to have compassion for this woman. The first reaction is to say she is this and she is that, and to really, really, really paint her in a negative light. That's what I have a problem with. And that's what happens to a lot of Black women in a lot of spaces. There's this automatic negative project. You talk about projection. There's this automatic negative cloak placed over us, and then we're responded to in that way, even though we have feelings, we hurt, we have we just it's just it's problematic for me because she doesn't get a chance to be a soft and vulnerable woman. Can she just couldn't that have been what it was? Now they're gonna talk about it on the red
Can I ask you
table,
a
so
question?
we'll see what's
What did you
going
think
on.
about
DJ,
Robin
let
Givens
her
and Mike
finish.
Tyson?
DJ, let her finish. Come on.
So
Come
she's
on,
so
Valencia.
she's in a space. Someone cracks a joke. She doesn't like the joke. I think we can safely say she didn't like the joke. So she didn't like the joke. So her husband responded. Okay. Now again, I'm not saying that what her husband did was right or wrong, but I do know that many times we have to laugh off jokes. We have to laugh off things, and many of us develop that develop a sense of humor as a coping mechanism. And somebody said that earlier. Black people, that's what we do because we have so many people just saying things, and if we didn't find something to laugh at, many of us would just be in tears all day long. So we have enough of that. We have enough of that. And then there's this idea that black women are strong and they're vulnerable. Damn it, I don't want to be that shit no more. I don't want to be no superwoman. I don't want to be somebody that somebody doesn't think that they can come and hug me when I cry. I mean, hell, So I've dated men where I'm crying and even my ex-husband, I'm crying and he's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" Well, damn. I would rather somebody else tell a motherfucker than to sit up and tell me what the fuck is wrong with you. Why you crying? Can't you take a joke? And to me, that's problematic. And you say projection, yes, hell yeah, I'm projecting that shit. Because I don't think that there is enough being done to protect feelings of women, black women especially. Oh, she's strong. She can take
So
it. She can take a joke. She can do that. She all right. Ain't nothing wrong with her. She just got alopecia. That ain't nothing. That's nothing. I got alopecia too.
But
She
see, I
ain't
don't
so
think none of it was that deep. It wasn't something that was a personal thing. It was a joke. He sat there and made more jokes about the other people that was there, and everything. I think a lot of people is connecting this like there was some sort of like actual something towards Jada. It was a joke. It was a joke like everybody else that was sitting there, and some of those jokes could have been deemed as personal as well. But what you do is it is a night, it is a moment, it is something that is part of a comedian's standard affair. And I think if anything, the reason why Will even did that till this day, I'm still looking at that. When I looked at it, it is because of her. It was simply something like, you know, I do feel like Will Smith does not feel, he's not happy. There's something going on there. And every time you see him, when he's talking and he starts talking about his family, he is always crying and so on like that. That was a moment where he sat there and he went way overboard. I do not think Will is a bad man. I don't think he's mean by any stance. This was a show off to Jada. That's what that was. He was showing off to his wife for whatever reason he felt like he had to do that for. And then it's a situation that is completely out of hand. But nothing about that night was personal. So that's what I think a lot of people is thinking. But no, it was a joke. And the fact that she rolled her eyes, guess what? I've sat there and listened to stuff and I'm like, oh shit, damn. You know what I'm saying? You sitting there, but you don't react on that. You just keep the night moving. You keep it moving. It was nothing personal.
but
so
sometimes you just
Rod,
get
come on.
tired of it.
I'm sorry, Valencia. Rod, come on, give me something.
Somebody needs to hire a covert operative to break into the Smith residence, find that red folder
Stupid.
with those words in there, those phrases, and get them the hell away from Jada.
Find that code
'Cause
book. Right.
that man gonna hurt somebody.
I do. That's what I'm saying.
No,
He was showing
I bet
off.
you. Hey,
He was showing off for Jada. He was showing out because he
Auntie
probably
Nicole.
felt I better do something about this or else.
Auntie
And I'm
Nicole.
like, it was unnecessary.
I bet you he got a
hmm
copy of Catcher in the Rye somewhere in his room.
Oh my
Right.
gosh, he gonna go Full Metal Jacket, huh?
Okay.
So let me.
One more thing. One more thing.
Okay.
And I'm done. I won't talk no more for the rest of my Uncle John. I won't say nothing else.
Well,
Now,
that's not the point. But go ahead.
Right,
now,
you got to keep talking. It's
now,
No,
dialogue.
this is
It's
Uncle
dialogue.
Percy.
now think about this. Now think about this. Because I was talking to a friend about this. We all saw Ozark, right? We all been watching Ozark, right?
No.
Right.
Yeah.
You never watched Ozark. Okay. You don't think this is kind of like what Marty and Wendy's going through with Will and Jada? And let me explain. Let me explain.
Please
Will
do.
is the guy. Will is Marty. Will is the one who got the talent, got the skills. He's trying to keep the family together. He's trying to save the family. He's trying to keep the family together. He's trying to be the good guy.
Right.
But then you got Jada, whose last best fucking film she ever done was Jason Lyric, who is living off his coattails.
Hold on, man. I like Low Down Dirty Shame.
No.
Okay. Okay.
As a leading actor, I don't care about Girls Trip and all the other stuff she's done. But the last movie she ever done was Jason Lyric as a leading person.
Hey,
She
man,
got
don't
mad
forget about
that
Woo,
thing.
man.
Oh, bullshit. And she was upset about that thing. She should have got an Oscar for that bullshit. But moving forward, she is Wendy. She knows she has the talent, and everybody tells her she got the talent, but she's living off her husband's coattails. And she don't know how to position herself in that relationship. And then you got the hold on. And then you got the two crazy ass hold on. You got the two crazy ass kids. You got the two crazy ass kids. You got the one kid who already emancipated, and you got her fucking hair, and they both crazy as fuck, just like on the show. And that's why I'm saying this is not a marriage. This is not
My
to me.
lip
This is not
gloss
a
is
marriage.
popping.
This is
It's not a conventional marriage, but it works for them.
This is a corporation. It's all about the brand. It's all about because all Jada wants to be, she wants to be the power. She wants to be the power couple, and she's not. And she's been for years. She's been trying to sit up here and try to be the power. She wants to be sitting at that table with Will, and she can't. She can't sit there with Denzel and Tyler and Oprah and all of them because they'll say, take your little ass at home. And that was the snark that Chris made in 2016. You ain't shit.
Right.
Your husband is the man. Your husband's the one who's pulling in the dollars. And now, like you said, sorry, honey.
Oh my gosh.
Not the broomstick on the floor.
Y'all ridiculous, man. I'm done. Oh gosh.
Damn.
Oh Lord.
Hey, Valencia, you can say whatever you want to say now because Uncle Percy got to shut the fuck up.
Oh my gosh. I'm so done with y'all.
Yeah, Valencia,
She looking
please.
for her book now, Percy.
Keep Percy from getting in trouble.
That was classic.
She looking for her book now, Percy.
Look, why can't we all just get along? Why can't they have their unconventional relationship? I mean, but they're both in how many Hollywood couples actually stay together? I mean, they figured out whatever whether we agree with it or not, they figured out how to
That's
stay
the
together.
point, Valencia. That's the point. This guy
They're
is
still together.
I ain't
They
even
are
gonna
still
try to act
together.
like I
unstable.
understand the open marriage.
They're still
I mean,
together,
why
and
get
he's
married if you want an
unstable.
open marriage? Stay single. It's like I don't
Okay,
even understand none of that
I'm
stuff.
gonna tell.
So
I'm gonna tell you this, and this is the reason why it's relatable to me. I was married. I knew my ex-husband for 20 years, 22 years. We were married for 16. We were married for 18. Lived together as husband and wife for 16. After about year 12, he got tired, and he was like, "I don't know if I want to be married anymore." And I let that we let that thing go on for another 3-4 years. So we had a lot of discussions about what it would take for him to feel like he. We had a lot of discussions about what it would take for him to feel alive, for him to feel connected, for him to feel because I didn't want to let it go. So we had a lot of discussions about what can we do and what can I do, what can he do, and we talked about different options. We talked about different things for different people because we have 4 children. So it wasn't a situation where it's like, okay, I'm just gonna leave. Or we were like, okay, well, let's figure out what might work for us. Let's figure out what might work, and we had conversations about it. So every couple is different. Every couple who's gone through who's long term, who has long term marriages, they've gone through something. It may not be what me and my ex husband went through. It might be something else. Every man is different. Every woman is different, and I think we have to figure out what works for man and woman in this situation, and not universally for man and woman. So Jada and Will, the reason why I look at their marriage and say, okay, is because they were very transparent on one of the Oprah shows. They were like, well, I ain't going nowhere. I ain't going nowhere either. We just gonna have to figure this out. We gonna figure it out. And they figured out whatever it was. Ozzy and Ruby said that they had to figure it out. And actually they had an open marriage too. So
Yeah, I
so
think that. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
No, I think that what this situation has done has opened up their lives to us, in which case we really have no business being in. I and it
Okay,
goes so
okay, all right,
far. I
okay.
mean, like for real. No, no shade on you,
Hmm.
but it's just like we've all said something about their relationship, and we shouldn't give a damn about their relationship. There's much
True.
more important shit that we need to be talking about. But
Hmm.
I think that that moment at the Oscars resonates so heavily with all of us, and by us I meaning black people, is number one, we're going to have pundits of color and not of color tell us how we should feel and how they felt throughout this entire process, and I'm sick of it already. And number
Okay.
two,
Yeah, because it's
that
Wednesday.
no matter what, no matter no matter what anybody says or no matter what anybody does, the simple fact is on national TV you had two black men in conflict, and that affects all of us, no matter what. Possibly two
Right.
of the most famous
Right.
black men on the planet coming into conflict. And, whether he was defending his wife, that can be debated. Whether Chris made a tasteless joke, that can be debated. What can't be debated is that the joke just wasn't fucking funny. But the issue is
That can
that,
be debated.
you had it wasn't funny at all. But Chris has made much funnier jokes. But I
Oh, of
understand
course,
that
of
it was
course.
a joke. I understand, and when I was saying that I weep for the days that we can't take a fucking joke, it's like, okay, so this woman has a medical condition. We all know how black women feel about their hair. Fine. But at the end of the day, he gets paid to make fun of people. That's what comedy for the most part is. You're making fun of people. And I get the history of black women and their hair, but fuck, man, the first thing he said was, "I love you." And then he said he wasn't being malicious. He was just stating, some
Yeah.
for fact.
And
And
obvious. Yeah. Hmm.
for
Right.
Will to be in such a headspace to walk up there and slap him like that, that's no matter how you feel about him being wrong. And then I didn't even know that they had asked Will to leave, and he said no. What the fuck is that? So now
Hmm.
who is he to say no? And then on top of that, to win an award. I did a Facebook post in which I was saying that because I work in education, I deal with hurt feelings between individuals all the time, and everybody want to fight after somebody says something off the wall. But I mean, I'll tell the kids, you can't fight just because somebody said something stupid. Now you can say something stupid back.
Right.
It would have been fantastic for Will to jump up there and say, "At least my wife still married you, cornbread head looking motherfucker," or something. Just to
Yeah. Yeah.
clap back. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? But to
Ozzie
physically put his
Davis never
hands on him
punched
was just
Dick
wrong.
Gregory.
Okay, thank you. So I think I think I think and they have, and that slap has allowed people to overanalyze Will Smith and his family, which isn't fair either. Because his kid, I made a joke about his fucking son, and I was just like, okay, that's not. I recognize it was wrong. It was funny, but I recognize it was wrong. But because he did that, he has now opened everything up for them to be
Right.
ridiculed. So, and if he thought the memes were bad before, I have seen so much inventive shit about them that I'm amazed. The black internet is fantastic, man. There are so
I'm
many
buying a T-shirt.
unsigned, so much unsigned. There's so much unsigned comedic talent out there. It's ridiculous. But I think that as we've spent more than an hour talking about this shit, if anybody wants to say one last thing real quick about this bullshit, and then we will never speak of this again. Come on, Percy. Come on,
I
Percy.
say she should invest in the hair clubs for women.
Oh.
I don't even know what to say.
Oh my God.
Mm-mm.
Oh God. Okay. Percy
All right,
just said what
Valencia,
he
come
said.
at me. Come at me. Come at me. Come on at me.
Rod, you got anything, sir? No. Okay. DJ, you got anything,
No,
sir?
no, no, no. My mic was off.
Oh, okay. Because
I was
you were
laughing.
enjoying that
I
finger
was
ball.
laughing so hard, my mic was off. Um, like I said, man, it's just a really really bad look for me, and it's gonna take a lot for those two dudes to and Jada too for that matter. It's gonna take a lot for them to kind of get past this and get rolling because I feel like all three of them got a lot more left in the tank, and I don't want everybody to say about their careers that this was it.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
absolutely.
think they'll recover
Uh,
though.
uh, you think what?
I think they'll recover. It's not like Cosby or
Yeah.
R. Kelly
Oh
because
shit!
if Cosby
No,
or R.
Chris
Kelly,
Rock is
I'm about to
they'll
say,
be fine. They have money. Bel Air is one of the best shows on TV right now. So so I mean, he ain't gonna be hurting for
Debatable.
money or anything.
is it though?
That's
Is it
right. You
though?
don't like it that much, okay? But I mean,
Debatable.
his
Debatable.
production company has quite a few things in the works, and I mean, they ain't gonna be hurting. And Chris Rock, hell, he's got the rest of his comedy tour, so he's straight. I don't think they're gonna
Oh,
do
his
Oh,
anything.
sales just went through the
his
roof.
Yeah,
Hmm.
he's
his
gonna be
next
all right.
record is going to be fantastic.
Right.
Yeah, I think he'll
And
be.
Yeah.
and you got some hardcore men out there like shit. Chris Rock took that slap like a champ and kept on rolling. That shit didn't
I've
even
seen that.
phase
Yeah,
him.
I've seen the dude say that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
So, DJ, you got any last words on this subject?
Hey man, like I said, my problem with it, when people say, "Oh, this doesn't affect us as black people," my problem with it is that stupid people, you know, do stupid things because of some shit that they saw. We didn't have drive-bys around the country till they saw that shit in L.A. movies and shit, Boys in the Hood. We didn't have, I mean, reality shows and all this, Flavor Flav and women spitting on each other and all this bullshit. All that shit gets repeated and repeated and repeated by stupid people. I mean, it's just like the favorite dance. Somebody had to do the Dougie first for somebody to, for it to go nationwide and shit. So, that's my only
His name
issue
was
with it
Dougie
is
Fresh.
that he did. Yeah, it was it. Oh, well,
It was Dougie Fresh.
I'm just saying, Dougie had to do it, and
Right.
somebody else picked it up, and it went worldwide. So my only problem with it is that Will just made this example for stupid people to follow, and I just feel for him, the comedians.
Okie dokie. Auntie Nicole, last words on this?
Only thing I'm gonna say is I just hope that this does not cause any kind of like just setback in the talent and everything that could possibly be out there. People wanting to kind of put us back on the back burner in any type of way. Because I would really hate to see that. I mean, I would hate to see comedians actually start wondering if whether or not this is going to open a whole new thing for them where people are going to feel like they need to take matters into their own hands because they don't want to get
Right.
joked on or what have you. um, these are the things that I feel like, quite honestly, Will Smith was very selfish in that moment, and I
Mm,
just hope it doesn't affect anybody else trying to just do their thing and on their rise up too. That's all.
nice, nice. Valencia, last words on
No,
this?
I think they'll recover. I still think that his wife should have the space to because they're talking about we talked a lot about Chris and Will and the black experience, but I think that her feelings still matter, and I think that I think people are being kind of too hard on her. So yeah, I'm But I think they'll recover. I think they'll be fine. And I don't think they're divorcing anytime soon. They're like ride or die together. They're gonna be all right. So
I mean, that nigga was willing to go to jail for a really bad joke. He ain't going nowhere. She ain't going nowhere. So,
look, I want one.
um,
I still want one. I want a will.
you okay?
I
Well,
ain't
That's
trying.
toxic. That's toxic.
Say what you will. I've had the opposite. So if the
I
choices are
understand.
will and the opposite, let me have my will.
Yeah, but there's all that stuff in the middle. You dealt with extremes, Valencia.
yeah, that's okay. So before we start delving into Valencia's psyche, we have about 15 minutes.
Yes, that's a
We got
sorry
about
place. You know
15
what?
minutes.
We'll be here till 2 a.m.
Yeah, yeah. We got about 15 minutes left on the show. So, what I wanted to, I had an agenda for the show, but fuck it, it's blown out the water now.
Moon Knight.
We're heading
But this is a
into
good discussion.
no. I was
This is
gonna
a good
say
discussion.
it was, and we'll never do it again. We're heading into nerd season. We're heading into nerd season where we have a whole bunch of shit coming out that we can talk about. Rod, I'm assuming that you saw Moon Knight,
Absolutely.
and I saw Moon Knight. Did anybody else happen to catch Moon
Yep.
Knight?
Yep.
I
Hell
didn't see
yeah.
it.
Okay. For those of you who are watching the
Is it only in
show,
theaters?
no,
Disney
it's a
Plus.
TV show, girl. What are you doing? Come
Oh,
on,
man.
Nicole. Good lord.
Hey, y'all. I had patients coming in and getting folks. I've been doing crazy out. Sorry.
No, that's okay. So let's
Some
talk
of us
about Moon
got
Knight real
wives
quick.
knocking on
And
the
for those,
floor telling us to shut up.
yeah, you need to shut the fuck up, man. I don't want you getting put out. You can't come down to Atlanta and live with me.
Oh my gosh.
Um, So for those who don't know, Moon Knight, the newest superhero show on Disney Plus, it tells the story of Mark Spector, who has a multiple personality disorder. I don't know the real name of it, and I don't give a fuck. He has multiple personality disorder, and one of those personalities is a superhero called Moon Knight. And the first episode aired today, came out today, and I had to get up at 3 o'clock in the fucking morning to take my nephew to the airport. So I said, "Fuck it, I'm gonna watch," and it was fantastic. It was worth me getting up. Um,
Okay.
DJ Rod, what are your quick reviews of Moon Knight? Two, two of what? Come on, Rod, help me out. Be the articulate one, please.
Oh. I liked it a lot, man, because it showed the effect and it showed the effects of the dissociative identity disorder that he's suffering from. And it was really scary because I put myself in his shoes, like where you go to sleep, you have to chain yourself somewhere, tape the door to make sure you don't go anywhere, and then you still end up waking up someplace else. Like I think
Wow.
they captured that sense of disorientation really well, and Oscar Isaac is doing a really good job so far as the main character.
That's my
We
boy.
also we got a hint at Khonshu, the Egyptian god of the moon, with whom Moon Knight is the avatar of, and that was really good. I think the special effects are really cool so far, and it's like a superhero film, but it's also a horror film in some ways,
Right.
and it's also like a thriller film, and I think
Yeah.
that blends really well. It blends really really well. The last time I saw something like that did that well was Blade.
Right.
Um, so what I think, and hopefully, I think with Sam Raimi directing Doctor Strange, the next Doctor Strange film is probably going to be a
Yep.
lot of the same. Hopefully, but and you get a chance to see him in the actual Moon Knight costume at the end, and they saved it all the way for the end, which is really good. Yes, sir.
Okay. The only thing I would say is, Mark is the other alter ego,
Hmm.
Correct.
right? Mark
Hmm.
made the date with old girl at the museum. I mean, obviously Mark was in charge because dude was out until Sunday. I would have kept that date for Friday. He would have gotten a whole different voicemail.
Yeah, I think so too.
Can I see you again?
Judging by how she looked,
that
yeah.
was great. Friday was great. Can I see you again? Wouldn't have been no, oh, you stood me up shit. Shit.
For 2 days.
For 2 days.
So yeah, I
So
think the
yes,
first
so
episode is doing a really good job.
so I think in terms of introductory episodes, with these superhero things, sometimes the introduction tends to be drawn out and boring. This was intriguing. This had
Yeah.
me entertained, along with explaining to me what was going on. I think that Moon Knight as a character, I never really paid attention to him before, but what Marvel has done has blended the
No thriller. You see
superhero
him?
with the horror,
I mean,
with the thriller,
obviously
and
Mark was in charge. Dude
it,
was out until
it
Sunday. I
was
would have kept that thing for Friday. He would
uh,
have got the whole different voicemail.
so.
Dude.
So
It's all in the
Valencia, when I
universe
say the
now.
show goes off the rails, yeah. When I say the show goes off the rails, this is the kind of shit I'm talking about. But yes, it's a fantastic
Oh,
concept.
man.
I'm excited to see the next couple of episodes. Is it 6 or 10 episodes we get of this?
I don't know.
I think it's gonna
Rod,
be 6.
DJ, 6.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
gonna be 6.
and the fact that what I also enjoy is that Marvel is now, like with the Netflix shows, we got 10 episodes and like 4 or 5 of them were just filler. I think with the 6 episode story arc, this will be a lot more concise and will give us a lot more meat to chew as opposed to having to go through some unnecessary shit just to fill in order. You know what I'm saying? And speaking of entertaining TV shows, Atlanta came back last week as
Yeah.
well, and I love this show. Valencia, you and I had a conversation about the fact that the first episode of the season had none of the starring cast in it, and it still caught my attention, and it was still
Yes,
entertaining.
it was
Donald
excellent.
Glover is a genius. This show is fantastic. Um, Before we spoil it, did anybody get a chance to watch this besides me and Valencia?
I've never seen
Why?
it.
Why do you? I haven't seen it yet,
Never watched
but
it.
it's okay. Do your
Okay.
thing.
I've never seen the show. I've never even seen the
Percy,
show.
what?
If you have
No.
time, you can check it out. But you
I've been,
sound like
I've
you're
been,
busy
I've,
though.
I've been watching Guardians of Justice. Now, motherfucker. Yeah, you probably hear about that shit last week. Yeah.
So I guess what, Percy? I'm gonna call Renee and tell her you're making too
when is
much
your
noise
drug
and
abuse
cussing too much.
counseling meeting after doing all those lines of coke?
Oh my gosh.
So as we quickly run out of time, let's go ahead and thank Valencia for joining us today. Valencia, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
Hey.
so much.
Thank you for
I did
having
not
Hey.
me.
know that we would take up this whole
Thank
time
you,
talking about that
thank you,
shit,
thank
but
you, thank
it is what it is. Uh, Anthony Cole, any words of wisdom for us? Oh no, I don't do you first. Yikes. Uncle Percy, anything you want to tell us? Anything you want to tell us before we
Why do you
leave?
always want me? Why do you want me to always go first? Why can't I go last?
Okay. Anthony Cole, Hydro Baby, anything interesting you want to tell us before we go?
Oh, just that honestly, I am digging Halo, just so you know. I like the show. The
Hell yeah.
costumes are like 100% legit to the video game. I mean, that's
Yes.
impressive. I like it.
The weapons.
Okay.
The weapons.
Sorry, I
Okay, I
know
thought it
you
was
said
weapons.
Hydro Baby,
Rod,
but
anything?
I mean, did you really?
That's fine. Yeah, I did. Rod, anything you want to tell us before we leave?
you. I agree. Halo is the shit. I'm gonna keep watching.
Are we going to do Rod's comics? It's only 2.
No,
No, we get
we have 7 minutes.
no. We gonna get the fuck out of here. We wasted enough people's time. DJ, anything you want to say before we leave,
Oh
sir?
my gosh.
Halo. DMZ. Moon Knight. All off the chain. All good.
All
Oh,
next
Yeah.
week on
Atlanta.
So
Grumpy Old
Yeah.
Nerds.
And
yeah,
we
every
know the
And
basis.
Uncle
We
John
know
is
that the first
displaying that.
episode of Atlanta was based on a real story, right?
what'd you say, DJ?
You know the first episode of Atlanta is based on a real story.
Oh yeah.
Yes, I did know that.
Okay.
I did
Okay.
know that. And it was heartbreaking and funny at the same time, which is hard to pull off, but to Donald Glover's
Right?
Yeah.
genius, he did.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the fact that the little black kids got away, I was so fucking happy.
Oh, me too. I was like,
Oh,
sitting
one
going,
more
oh.
Yeah.
thing. I'm just saying why, I'm not trying to bring up old shit, but I'm saying like, just Robin Givens and Mike Tyson, that was, probably indicative of what
Nigga,
we
you
talk
went
about
back to the
today.
90s.
You damn right. Because he was crazy as
The
fuck.
fuck? I don't know. Valencia, again, you see what we deal with on this show.
Hey, DJ was sitting on that one for
Okay.
a minute. He was
You
like, "Yeah,
He
know.
was. He was sitting on that for like an hour.
And
DJ said, and by the way, Mike Tyson and Robin Givens, fuck everybody. Anything on the anything on the blog,
Now he's
DJ?
completely at
Have you
peace with
written
his weed
anything new?
farm, so hey.
Right. DJ, anything written that we should be looking for?
I did a piece on G.I. Jane too.
Oh shit.
hey, what the fuck?"
what the hell just happened? What happened? What just happened?
DJCollins.com, baby. Check it out.
Oh so, oh my god.
Oh
Oh
my
god.
gosh.
I thought it was very creative. I think it's very
God.
creative.
So we've got DJCollins.com for all things
Oh
DJ.
gosh.
We've got Hydro Betty, where Auntie Nicole teaches you about hydroponics on YouTube. Valencia, anything
Oh
that you want
goodness.
to pub or anything out there that you want to tell us about?
No, I'm good.
Yes, I like to hear about. I like to hear about your books. Actually, what were you, what books did you come out with? Can you briefly discuss
And
those?
when you gigging there?
Oh my god. What's wrong with y'all?
I
Oh gosh.
just give the fuck up. That's what happens. I give the fuck up.
I'd like
Y'all
to
is
know more. Hey,
crazy.
let's bring her back next week, man.
There you go. There you go. There you go.
You
There
want
you
my
go.
crazy
Open
ass to come
invitation,
back next week?
Valencia.
Okay, be careful what you ask for.
Yeah,
Oh, we need
right.
some more
Yikes.
representation up in here. Auntie Nicole all by herself.
That's all right. I've been
Yeah.
here to hold it down. But hey, you come on back on here.
You've been holding it.
Pew,
You hold it
pew,
down
pew.
though. You like this is what I. So yeah, me. I love it. I love it.
Hey, we got to see
All
when she
right.
gets the legal
So,
pad out.
so if all hearts and
my
minds are
tablet.
clear,
Just tell me what I need to watch
if,
before
if
I come on.
I actually have something to say to
if
you.
all heart, hold on. I'm trying to make sure that everybody gets all their shit out, Percy, so that you will have the floor to yourself. So if all hearts and minds are clear, please, Uncle Percy,
Yes.
regale us in the musings of a man in his basement.
Hit the
Okay.
disclaimer.
All right.
Look, just
All
lower
right.
your voice so your wife don't get mad.
I'm calm. I'm calm down now. She's not going to bang on the floor, but just to let everybody know, the CDC did approve booster shots for people over the age of 50. So since we are grumpy old nerds, we need to go out and get our booster shots.
That's true.
And if you're over the age of 65, you definitely need to go get your booster shot. And if
If
you're
you're over the
taking
age of
Johnson
65 watching this show, you need to be slapped your damn self. Go ahead, Percy.
and if you have taken Johnson and Johnson, it's recommended that you do go get another shot because that shit don't work. I'm
Oh
done.
snap!
All
For
right.
real? Damn.
Damn. Is that it?
Okay, so
Mm-mm-mm.
how many? So how long should it take between boosters? Like, how long do you have?
Well, the last booster it's basically it's been a year since the last booster. Last time they promoted everybody get booster shots. It really supposed to be 6 months. It's like after your second shot, Pfizer or Moderna is 6 months after
Right.
that, 6 to 9 months after that. So,
Okay.
like for me, my last booster shot was September. So technically, I'm actually due for a shot. So of Pfizer.
Got you.
So, Uncle Percy, let me ask you a question then, since you know
keep
about
being
this.
loud and cussing in the basement. Auntie Nene gonna give you a shot, nigga.
Oh man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Nicole.
But no, I just was curious because, like, you know, my situation where I can't get any more shots and so on because of the reaction I had. So, with that, do you know if they're coming out with anything that maybe could be for somebody like me?
Yeah, so I think they're still working on the pill, and I think they're still waiting for FDA approval. So once that comes out, that should rectify what you. Instead of you getting the shot, you just take the pill.
But wouldn't it be would it be the same medication or is it going to be something lighter? Because
I
remember,
don't.
I can't take the medication part of it because it put me in the hospital. So I mean, I'm just trying to see if there's something
Yeah,
lighter.
I'm not sure. I'm really not sure yet. I don't have that
Oh,
information in
okay,
front of me.
okay,
So
I gotcha.
All right. Well, I forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but the Urban Nerd
No, it's
Con
10
is
o'clock.
coming to Montgomery, Alabama. No, this is where I
This
get to
was
talk
fun.
crazy. No, fuck it. I'm gonna say what I want to say. Fuck all y'all. Fuck it.
Oh my
The Urban
gosh.
Nerd Con is coming to Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the wow, look at that. July 29th through the 31st. Please go to theurbanNerdCon.net to secure your tickets. We will
Yes,
have
sir.
numerous personalities within the
hey,
sci-fi and the comic book world, and we are looking forward to seeing you there as well. There's Megan Tandy from Teen Wolf, Charmed, and Batwoman. We also have Penelope Flynn, author of the Chronicles of Rhinefeld. We will also have somebody else, I'm sure. Us. We'll be there.
We will
Broadcasting
be
live
there.
Yeah,
from the
Kevin
Urban Nerd
Travis.
Con.
hey, I got a question. I got a question.
I mean, yeah.
Do I have to buy a ticket?
So for
Oh
Uncle
my
Percy,
God.
Auntie Nicole, Uncle Rod, Uncle DJ, Uncle Roy behind the scenes, our special guest Valencia Bay, and for me, Uncle John, we'd like to thank you for joining us this evening for Grumpy Old Nerds. Peace and blessings. We'll see you next week.
Man.
And don't forget the Urban Nerd Con, Montgomery, Alabama, July 29th through the 31st. Night night, everybody.